Welcome to the Wheel of Metal.
Hello, everybody. Are we all on? Are we live? I hope this is all working. Okay, so welcome to the first live Wheel of Metal. Usually it's our Wheel of Prog. If you've been watching, you know what it's all about. We're really excited. We've been planning this for a while, and we know it's the big metal day, the Black Sabbath show and everything, but we appreciate those of you that are not watching that live stream or not there or going to watch it later. Maybe you're hanging with us, or maybe you're just watching this later, which is probably what a lot of people will do anyway. But we're excited to rank Iron Maiden albums, so we got a whole other crazy thing planned here. But so the crew we got with us today is Vic, Kyle, Dan, and our good buddy Chris, who maybe you guys know as Frantic Dav. He's pretty frequent in the chat group, and I know we're going to lose a lot of our comments because he's actually on the podcast with us today. But how are you all doing, guys? What's up?
Doing great, ready to rock, baby.
The famous can't complain, you know?
Good.
Looking forward to
this.
this.
So one thing, guys, people watching, please let us know if somebody's volume is too low or too loud or something like that, because usually we take care of all that stuff afterwards and we can adjust some things. We have really no idea what's going on. So if you have trouble hearing or anything like that, please let us know. All right, so here's what's going to happen. We have 17 albums and 5 of us. And one of us, I'm gonna out myself here. I am not a fan of Iron Maiden. I don't dislike Iron Maiden. I never really got into the band. I don't know the albums. I know a couple of albums that I've heard. I know the hits, that kind of stuff. So, and I wasn't about to listen to 17 Iron Maiden albums to prepare for this. So, here's what's going to happen. My spin, it's going to land on an album. If you've watched before, each of us spins, it lands on an album. And then we will rank it on the tier list. When it lands on an album that I spin, I'm going to be asking somebody in the live chat to rank it. Okay, so you guys are involved. Please pay attention. And then we will let you know what that album is. You guys can rank it in the thing. And then we'll also have a fan ranking for the other couple sides. It'll all make sense. And then we're going to move some stuff around.
For what it's worth, people are asking for you to name 3 songs. I would ask, what are your favorite 3 songs? Since you're not participating, you can contribute in some way.
You're gonna. I got to name 3 songs. I mean, I know. I can name an album.
Hashtag
Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Somewhere in Time. Killers. Number of the Beast.
We'll let you off.
You know.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
What do you want me to do here?
Forget we asked.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up the wheel.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, so okay, we're not. Jeff is saying Dan and Kyle make your volume louder, but we have no idea if Jeff is actually telling the truth.
No, he is. I know he is.
So
Jeff in this one too.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the we're gonna do here's the tier thing. All right, so we're gonna do 4 albums in S, 4 in A, and 3 in B, C, and D. And the spinning order is going to go Dan, Chris, myself, Vic, and then Kyle. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, Dan, you're up first.
Okay, hopefully it's the one I like. My history with Iron Maiden is all over the place. It was one of my bands growing up and learning guitar and all that.
All right,
Oh,
first
Killers.
album out is Killers.
Ah, man.
Okay. Controversy begins. Let's go.
No, like I know Killers is one of the most storied albums. It's the second album. We didn't have Bruce yet, as far as I remember, right?
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So, but it has like a couple of songs that I really like. I want to name Wrathchild, right? Drifter. So a couple of staples in the set list there. I think it's a really good album. It's not my preferred style of the band. As we go along in the podcast, it will be clear that I like the, let's quote unquote, proggier stuff. And when we get there, I'll name some of the albums and songs. So Killers, as much of a respected album as it is, it's not as classic as the first one, Iron Maiden, which I think ranks a little bit higher, I will say a respectable B tier for Killers.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
That sounds great.
I find like Genghis Khan, the instrumental. That's I think the highlight for me in this album.
Oh yeah, that's on this album. Yeah, I like that song.
Murders in the Rue Morgue. It's one of those singable ones. And Drifter was like, I listened to this record yesterday for the first time in quite a while because I do prefer the first one to the second. But Drifter sounded like a Montrose song to me. And it's interesting because this record came out in '81. So this stuff was written in the late '70s, you know, still kind of had that hard rock. We weren't quite full on metal yet. But anyway, cool album. That's a good spot. B is a good spot.
Yeah. One of the short quotes that I remember from the Iron Maiden documentary, the early days, was they had ages to do their debut. They only had 6 months to do Killers.
Yeah.
One great track, Prodigal Son, is one of those deep tracks that is like one of the moments that Maiden goes really, really smooth, like almost ballady, but not actually. That was actually another cool track.
Yep.
All right, so we're going on to the next one.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Chris. All right, Chris, you get your first
wheel,
album
wheel.
getting
Like I said,
ranked
I'm
on the
looking
wheel.
Let's go, Chris.
Hopefully he doesn't get one. I want.
no.
All
Fear
right.
of the Dark. Oh man. Well,
All right.
Fear of the Dark. The thing that I have with this album is it is a transitional album in a way that, well, they just have with No Prayer of the Dying, so they were trying to kind of get more of the 90s kind of vibe. So many of the songs, they try to be very specific on the targeting audience that they wanted, but it still has some great bangers. Be Quick, Be Dead, From Here to Eternity, of course, Fear of the Dark as a song. But on hindsight, you can tell Dickinson is starting like not to want to be in that album. It is, I think I remembered it more like they're trying to do more of a darker, more broodier, more deeper vibe, but at the same time, it didn't get up to snuff. Definitely, of course, Fear of the Dark is one of their best live tracks, and it's a must-have on the sets. But if I do have to be honest, I would consider this one a D tier.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Where's
Okay.
Tom?
Oh wow.
Not surprised. Oh,
That's surprising.
KG's blacked out.
KG vanished.
Be Quick or Be Dead is the, thrash metal version of Iron Maiden. Just such a great song there. But yeah, just as an album, this is one of those where you've got, Be Quick or Be Dead, Fear of the Dark, bookending this album. And the middle this is where it makes it, I think, the ranking of the album a little bit lower. As an album itself, it just doesn't deliver like others that are going to be above it. But those two songs are absolutely amazing. And I love the fact that Iron Maiden has that pattern of the last song of the album is always the epic, but the first song is always like a doorbuster, just explode through. So, it's just the middle stuff doesn't really quite hit home. I don't have a problem with that. In my tier, I had it pretty low as well.
I would say.
What is everybody saying? Let's see.
Yeah, like
I was gonna say I was gonna pull up. We got a right here. James is saying love Fear of the Dark, but the album is C. Sorry, Dan, you're covered.
that's okay.
Another C tier for this guy.
Okay.
Killers is A tier and Fear of the Dark B tier for Martino. All right, so we got a few comments there.
Sorry about that, Martino. Thanks for coming.
We don't know where Kyle went. Hopefully, I mean, this is what happens when you do it live. So hopefully Kyle is going to come back soon. Anyway, all right, so now I'm going to spin. There he is. Kyle,
Right.
you good?
Can we hear you?
We can hear you. We can hear
We
you.
actually
hear
got a
you.
bit Fear of the Dark.
Yeah, Kyle went to the dark.
Poor
We
Kyle.
were all scared of the dark.
Kyle's
He actually
mic,
went
Kyle's
there.
mic and stuff just never works. It just, no matter what he tries.
Well,
All right,
that's the fun stuff
let
about
me go
doing
ahead
it
and
live.
spin.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and spin, and
It's-
then.
It is the
And then-
audience.
all right, guys. So I'm
First-
gonna my spin now. I'm gonna pick somebody from the audience to rank it. Okay, so
All
let's
right.
see what it lands on.
Here we go.
If you want to be picked, say hi. I'm OLED.
All right,
A matter of life and death.
a matter of life and death.
That's what you were saying. Now I just figured it out.
Yeah, that's how we call
Okay.
it in Portuguese.
All right,
AMOLED.
so guys, people watching A Matter of Life and Death, start letting me know. Wait, what happened? We lost.
Yeah, Kyle's gone.
again.
We lost. Kyle's
Okay.
totally out.
Okay, so we have P. Jones,
This is amazing.
Southpaw, Jimmy, James Wintle. I don't know how you're picking, but everyone wants a shot at it.
Okay, so let's go with P. Jones 8404 because he was first, and he is saying Matter of Life and Death
C-tier.
C tier. Are we
C
good with
tier.
that?
I completely disagree with that
I
one.
disagree completely as well. Yeah, that's up there for me.
Yeah. Let me put
Really?
it this way. We
Yeah.
could have called this Wheel of Prague specifically for this album. This is Harris's way of trying to make longer songs work in a very cohesive context, something that he hasn't done since the mid-90s, because many of the tracks are amazing. You can tell These Colors Don't Run, Brighter Than 1,000 Suns, Out of the Shadows, Greater Good of God, The Legacy. Oh my God, those are some behemoths of songs. It is well worth the listen. And something to denote, I know it's taking a bit live, but Maiden had the balls to do, let's do the whole thing live, and they played it at least for one leg of the tour. And
So
Yeah.
our buddy that ranked it, P. Jones, says I might be older than Dan and Chris combined. That's funny. Our pal, our good pal Jeremy, chimes in with a C tier for this one as well.
Well, I can't. In my personal list, I can't put this below B. I think this album rules.
Wow.
I'm getting a lot of B and
but-
I'm seeing a lot of B's and C's. That's what I'm
But
seeing.
yeah,
on
it's
this one.
around that range. I love that album. But yeah, let's move on. I
Kyle,
guess.
can we hear you?
Can you hear me? I don't know. Can you?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
We do.
All right, great.
He's back.
It's the full on D tier. I don't. Here's
Wow,
what's happening.
okay.
Gentlemen. We have the
Kyle.
younger generation, and then the older guys that grew up on the classic stuff. Here's what I don't. It's not a bad record. I had it in D, but that's only in rankings, right? But you're right. It's very progressive, but to me, it's progressive for the wrong reasons. It's attempting to be progressive. That's
Hey, is Kyle's voice higher than normal?
Yeah, dude, it's pitched up. I don't know.
Guys, I have no idea. I'm not
You sound like,
talking
guys, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Why
Sucking
is he
on.
talking like that?
Is that like is that coffee infused with helium?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
sounds like-
dude,
Can't we do-
he's heated up.
I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah. I have no idea.
Oh man.
You don't need to
That's
do
a
that
trip.
because you're already there.
Yeah. fair
Okay.
enough.
All right.
It's like the
So
movie
listen,
Office,
Kyle,
but
what you need to
that-
do
that's
is talk a lot louder and talk a lot deeper. It'll balance everything out.
Okay.
Be like
Okay,
Blade.
yeah.
Yeah, you're sounding completely normal now.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining us on this train wreck. All right, here we go, Vic.
All right, let's make it count.
Sorry, guys.
Come on, Vic. Come on, Vic.
I just want to get Brave New World. I don't care about the rest.
Oh!
All right.
Yeah, the
X
wheel
Factor.
Let's
not
make
like
it
me,
count.
but-
Gets the worst album.
I mean, how much time do I spend on something that there was? So I think this is kind of cool because let's put it in D tier. And during this time, I stepped away from Iron Maiden for pretty much the same reasons that everybody did. It's just one of those things where, Dickinson has stepped away from the band. And interestingly enough, what I ended up doing at this point is I actually went into the Dickinson discography, especially Accident at Birth and Chemical Wedding. Those two albums, in my opinion, were a lot more Iron Maiden-ish than these two albums. So it's one of those things where I went back and I listened to it, and I know that people are talking about, there's some tracks that, they may play live and all that, but it's just one of those things where I didn't know who Blaze was, no disrespect to Blaze Bailey, but it's not something where I associate it with Iron Maiden. And when I'm researching this, I went ahead and I listened to it. They're not bad, but in this discography, I can't
agree.
Oh,
imagine anybody else. Is there any fans out there that any diehard fans that
Everyone is saying it. Everyone is saying
Chris,
it's a
hold
D
on.
tier.
Chris, what are you saying, Chris?
X Factor is one of the most underrated discs that Iron Maiden has. That is
Agree.
the moment
Agree.
that Steve Harris made a great decision, but then didn't follow it through for the rest of the discography. It has such an amazing a blend of tracks.
Wow.
Sign of the Cross, Man on the Edge. Man on the Edge practically lifts you up. They still play Sign of the Cross live to this day. Look for the truth. The Aftermath, the one that's based on Apocalypse Now, The Edge of Darkness. 2 a.m. is super depressive, but you got to be like in a very specific mindset with that album. And obviously, Maiden fans that were expecting all the high bombast, they're like, yeah, this is weird.
Hey, listen, in an entirely different band, I have some very good friends who think that Load and Reload should be up high, which, anyway. So, moving on.
All right, so hold on.
Brandon,
Let's check in with some of the comments here. We have Southpaw Jimmy, how many per tier? I still hate 3 more, worse. So it's 4, 4, 3, 3, 3.
That's a hilarious.
Doug, our pal Doug, I bet X Factor is Jeff's favorite album.
Doug! Well
we
played,
lost
Doug.
Kyle again. Kyle disappeared.
We're repeating things.
All right. Kyle is supposed to do the next album, so hopefully we get Kyle back on.
Come on, Kyle. Come on, Kyle.
In the meantime, let's just check in with some comments.
Yeah. One of the things, Vic, that
perhaps if I had ever heard it. Okay.
One of the things that I do mention, Vic, you are possibly right. It would have been a great opportunity for them to change it to another kind of project or another like sub band, but the Iron Maiden name itself was so huge at the time. It was like a very risky thing to do.
Well,
Kyle is getting more helium. Jones, yeah, dude.
Now
he's gonna come back like, "Hey guys, I'm back."
Listen, you could take. Let's take an example. Dream Theater. If James LaBrie leaves theater to replace that iconic sound, which Bruce Dickinson is the iconic sound, it's very difficult to do, and it's a big risk. But listen, in hindsight, they recovered from this, and that's what's well.
All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and spin while Kyle is still here before he gets kicked off again.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I'm sitting right next to my router. So I apologize.
All right.
There you go.
First album. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. So this is the OG. This is what started it all. This record was actually written in the 90s or in the 70s. If you think about it, it came out in 90. 80. Sorry.
80. Oh my god. The helium, dude. There it messes with your brain.
I'm gonna talk. Yeah, something's going on with my camera, my internet, my microphone. So Priest had 5 albums out. Oh my gosh. I think I just have to log off. I don't know what else to do.
Nah, dude, just keep going. Let's
bangers like Prowler, Transylvania, Charlotte the Harlot. You've got mellow songs like Strange World and Remember Tomorrow. We are a Prague website, so you can't not talk about Phantom of the Opera. It was the first hint of things to come. Exactly, and a lot of people's minds is probably mine. But the fact that it came out first, and you're talking about the year that it came out, clearly Steve Harris out of 70s Prague. So this was a sign of things to come. I got it in A tier.
Easy A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Easy A tier.
In my case,
BS, in my opinion, but yeah, easy A tier.
We got somebody said it was the best song, which I showed, and the debut is the most varied, a lot of styles. Okay,
that is true.
My god, this is so great. Wait, if we mix Keith's helium voice and Dav's moves.
Oh man.
I wasn't expecting to be comic relief today, but there you go.
I'm crying.
This album for me, it has like the trifecta. It's Phantom of the Opera, Transylvania, and Strange World. Those 3 tracks in a row just really make this album for me. I'm good with A. So, and Jeff, keep coming.
Yeah, in my case, I wish it should have been higher, because to me, the debut, there was a before and after in the metal scene with Iron Maiden's debut album. That is that seminal, that impressive, that influential.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just can't. I've got so many others that are higher. That's the only reason I wouldn't put it. It's a great record. It's a landmark record, but I got other things higher. It is a
landmark record.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of A. Some people with S. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna go to the fan vote again for the next spin.
Yeah, if you want to be picked,
so
say
let's-
Daniel
Man,
Rules.
vote. Who you gonna
All right,
pick?
let's go ahead and do that.
First person that does hashtag helium gets picked.
I hate you.
Oh, we got a good one.
All right,
Daniel Rules. Douglas Powell was the first
all
one
right.
to say
Peace of
Daniel
mind.
Rules.
Peace of mind.
All right, so who? All right, who are we picking? Who's writing hashtag helium? All right, we've got a winner. Brendan, go ahead. Let us know where you're ranking this one.
Welcome, Brandon.
Come on, Brandon. Do the right thing, man. Do the right thing.
Just one of the things to remind you about this one: classics, Flight of Icarus, The Trooper, amazing deep cuts, Let's Still Life.
Oh yeah, wow.
Where Eagles Dare, the first Nico album, it is one hell of an intro.
The
All
drum
right, so
intro.
doesn't look like it's surprising here, but we got S tier. So where's the cover again? Da, 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 there it is.
Amazing.
You did well. You did.
Second
did
one.
well,
There you go.
S tier.
All right, so we got
Alright,
S
that
tier from our friend Brandon, and
Everyone agrees
and a
this
few
is
other
S
people
tier?
are saying, yeah.
Yep.
Except for Alexander, who says it's overrated. But I think, listen, I've heard of some of these songs, so this has to be a top-ranked
Well,
album.
I believe-
in my opinion, it's A tier. There are 4 albums I like best. It's number 5 for me.
It's
Okay.
the Trooper. I believe is the most played track on Spotify. I think
probably
that's their top hit, quote unquote. But that opening riff, you could hear so many bands that they heard that and they're like, all right, this is what we're doing. So
Yeah.
The only thing
All right,
that
cool.
I could say that slightly dents it a bit is the B-side. For example, songs like Quest for Fire, Sun and Steel, they're great songs. Iron Maiden doesn't have like bad albums, but they kind of slope it a bit down.
Should we pick Jeff to rank an album next, just for fun?
we need to
Like-
absolutely,
We need to Jeff.
absolutely.
All right. So, all right. Well, not on this one. Now we're gonna go back to Dan, and then
Yeah, it's my
let
turn.
him-
I'm about to get
Jeff
Dan's
has never
turn.
listened to an Iron Maiden record.
Right, that'll
Give me
be
Brave
the
New
fun
World.
of it.
Give me Brave New World. Thank
You got it.
baby.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Make it count.
Wow.
Make
I'm
it
making
count.
it count. I was saying it, dude. That's my favorite album. Sorry if
Really?
I'm disappointing anyone. That's S tier for me.
Is that
I gotta
considered a
represent
general
the-
S tier? I wasn't sure that that's is
I
that an
go
S tier
A.
for most people?
I go A.
Well,
Still great record.
if we get some of the albums, this is probably getting dropped to A, and that's fine with me. But I gotta represent. This album is the return of Bruce Dickinson. I don't think there's a bad song on this album. Even the less well-known songs, all are of great quality. Special shout-outs to The Wicker Man. I think that song as a single is super strong. Title track is amazing. Ghost of the Navigator, Blood Brothers, Dream of Mirrors. I think it's a classic.
Yes.
I don't know,
Yes.
dude. I just like as
Kyle dropped again.
Yeah, let's keep an eye out if he's requesting to rejoin. Yeah.
So
Ah,
so
Overall,
I got to
ju-
keep
just a
moving the
second,
thing
Rick.
around.
oh,
Yeah,
go
just a second.
go ahead, Daniel. I'm sorry.
Just like as a conclusion, I'm way more, and after a while became especially way more into the proggier stuff than the metal. I dropped a lot of the metal stuff as a teenager, actually, and this album was the bridge between the two. And it really matches my vibe overall. And I've seen Maiden, I don't know, 10 times. I've been lucky enough to have had this opportunity. And every time they play a song from this album, I just go insane. I think it's an amazing record. I know a lot of people consider it very good. And yeah, emblematic of Rock in Rio too, right?
Oh wow, yes.
It's around that time. It's one of the best live recordings ever. So I gotta give this
So let's,
where I would put it,
So let's check in with some of the
Nomad,
comments here.
yeah,
we
people are
got
saying Nomad.
we got
This song is amazing.
this guy A for me, S for me.
So a little bit of context. When this album came out, Daniel was like 5 years old. And no, but
Six, actually,
Blood Brothers,
yeah.
a top 10 Maiden song.
Wicker Man, that chorus, the that
they're
is
amazing.
that
it's
ending, dude.
specifically
It's
written for Brazil. You could tell that was written
Mhm.
for Brazil, so that really translates well. I spoke about how I followed Bruce Dickinson's discography, and then Adrian Smith was with Bruce Dickinson
Mhm.
during Accident at Birth and Chemical Wedding. When this was announced and it came together, and this kind of music came out, S tier immediately, because this to me is what rescued Iron Maiden to me.
Yep.
And this is what locked me in for the rest of the time, and why the newer albums with this classic lineup in my opinion, are all B or better.
Would I like this album?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Dude,
Oh yeah, you would for sure.
Just
All
listen
right, all right.
to.
There's a
I don't know
there's
this
a lot
album.
of great-
I
There's a lot of great proggy moments. I dropped out, I'm sure, when you were talking about X Factor. I actually really, really like that record. But at the same time, shut up, Daniel. I see your face. But at the same time, Puzzle, we're back in place again. So I'm going to talk deeper now.
all right.
Hate that.
Wait, all right. So who's Chris? Is it your Chris is up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mine.
Frantic.
Come on.
Let's go.
This is turning out to be a lot of fun.
Big money, big money.
Tick, tick, tick. Oh, yes.
Oh, Powerslave.
That's my number
Oh,
2 right
man.
there. That's my number 2.
Oh,
The power, the slave.
Where we going?
And interestingly, people are gonna be very weary about this, but I have to state it. Yes, it is one of the best Maiden albums ever made. At some point, it's definitely like being comparatively with their discography is nitpicking, but Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight, The Duelist, Back in the Village, Powerslave, Rime of the Ancient Mariner, which is a great song, but
Their best
kind of
song.
not like my thing as a song, even though I do appreciate that they're doing their proggy bits kind of a thing. In my opinion, I would put it in A tier.
Boo.
I know it may hurt a little bit.
Wow. I mean, the
See you
comment
guys
at
later.
the chat group is S tier all the way. I mean,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's
It
definitely
is a wonderful album, but as I mentioned, at some point with certain albums, it is very hard to compare. Like, okay, compare this one to Peace of Mind, and it's like, oh, they're like really both very good. Can we put both at the S tier? But if we do it comparatively from the perspective of the whole discography, it would be an A tier in my case.
this is
crazy. Rime of the Ancient Mariner alone. The fact that you're a prog guy, that's their first real epic. 13 minutes long, brilliant song. And opening with Aces High, is there a better opening track? Great record.
You know,
Your opinion's
Yeah.
wrong, but that's all right.
listen,
Yeah.
one of the things
That's
that
insane talk, Chris, but thank you.
all right.
album came out in 1984, audio wise and the production wise, unlike anything else that was out at that time. So
Birch did an
it's a
amazing job with it.
terrific album. Lost for Words, the instrumental, Harris, just I love that bass line that he has on that. This
All
is
right.
S tier. So I agree.
Yeah,
with
we're
we're-
getting S
somehow I agree
tier.
with the internet.
We're never getting guests again.
boo.
It's off.
Come on, it's just one letter. If I put it, imagine if I put it in D, that would be worse. But no, it's a
S tier.
great record. But there are some moments, like for example,
No,
Flash
I
of the Blade,
understand.
it is the
I've been that
chorus
guy,
number.
Chris. I've been that guy and got booed for it.
Hey,
What
know.
the fuck? Powerslave is S tier. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Oh no, Carl, no.
Dav might need some oxygen versus the helium. Okay.
The
Kyle
name of the
disappeared.
guy, the name of the guy being gas masks and hand grenades is
Oh my
way
god,
funnier,
this is
you know.
I mean, this is so great. Honestly, the Kyle thing, and it's just, it's tremendous.
the Kyle thing with his
It's-
voice, it's like the movie Up, the Doberman whose voice box goes bad and it sounds like, a chipmunk. That's what I'm thinking of here. Oh,
Kyle,
Oh my
check if you're
goodness.
not on your.
I'm on like 4
service.
hours of sleep. I'm just gonna go back to bed. There's really no reason for me to be here at this point.
There he is, but he needs to be here for your spins, dude.
KT, you do have the coolest shirt. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay. I'm
That's
sorry,
the only
Kyle.
thing cool about my.
Ah.
I've
What's
lost
the next
track.
phrase for the picking for the chat draft?
Okay, wait. So, Chris, you went. All right. So now it's my turn to do the fan spin. All right. So somebody's gonna. What's the hashtag on this one? What are we asking
Hashtag-
people to say?
Hashtag Powerslave S tier.
Ooh.
All right. Book of Souls. I like this album cover.
Yeah, it's great.
Dude.
All right.
I'll-
Jeff
so-
Bailey. All
I'm
right,
talking
Jeff.
about-
Jeff, you want to? All right. Let's let Jeff rank this one. Jeff, go ahead, man.
Come on, you can rank this.
Jeff,
Look at
please
the
be
amazing songs it
Jeffish.
has. It has Speed of Light. It has the Red and the Black, one of the best Harrison composed songs in his
I
score.
agree. I
Again,
agree.
Jeff says no
And the
idea.
crown-
All right.
Amazing,
The
an
crown
amazing
jewel.
composition by Dickinson and Adrian. Empire of the Clouds. If you loved Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Empire of the Clouds is your bag.
Hold on, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff is saying he hasn't heard it, so we're gonna let Doug.
so-
Doug was the next one. So Doug, Powerslave S tier. Doug,
There
go
you
ahead
go.
and pick, man.
Let's go, Doug.
B. He
I
is
agree,
saying
Doug. Yeah.
B tier. Okay.
B tier is good.
tier.
I'll say something about this album. I think it has high highs and low lows.
Mhm. That's
The
good.
uninteresting songs are super boring, but stuff like Rat in the Black and Fire of the Clouds, as Chris was saying, is super high quality and very fun stuff. I've watched.
We got a good hashtag here. Kyle, please don't drop out.
Thank you.
Oh, hey,
Sound like a
Scott.
chipmunk, apparently.
Our
Hold
friend
it.
from the Prog Corner, Scott, has said S tier. All right, cool, man. Scott, good
That's
to have you,
insane
man.
talk, but thanks, Scott.
Thanks for watching, Scott.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
One
Oh, wait,
thing-
Scott, hold on. Wait a minute, guys. Before Scott says anything, let's see here.
Spin that thing. Let's go.
Oh man. Just one thing to support what Daniel said about that. Yeah, really, really good highs, really well lows. But there is something about Harris's way of writing that I've noticed that has been like a boiling frog problem, that he tends to overextend himself or over repeat the choruses, or in certain cases, like for example, in this one or in Senjutsu, it over repeats the same riff, like kind of beating it down and again. Which is sometimes good and sometimes to the detriment of the song.
But listen, by nature, that's how bass players think. That's how bass players care. They have the foundation, and they pretty much do that all the time.
To be fair, I think of Iron Maiden in eras, right? And of the latest era, like the last three albums, Senjutsu, Book of Souls, and Final Frontier, I think this one is by far the best. By far the best.
Wait, do you see
Definitely.
John's comment?
Yes, that's. Thanks
Johnny.
Oh, that's too funny, man. All right,
to see
Jeff, Prog Corner. We thought your snakes were crazy until this podcast, and then we got snakes from
Snakes,
Scott.
yeah.
All right, this is awesome. All right, let's see.
Thank
We
you for
did the
that,
fan vote. All right, Vic, you're up next.
All right, let's go.
I think we're halfway through it, right?
Yep.
Put me out of my misery.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well,
All right,
Do I need to say anything other than I pretty much summarized?
virtual
same thing last
11.
time,
Okay,
Vic's getting
Everybody-
all the D's.
everybody together. 1, 2, 3. D tier.
D tier.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
now
do
let,
not agree with
let-
that one.
let the defenders go and try to convince me as to why this
Yeah,
is not.
everybody.
Well,
No, everybody's
listen.
saying it's D.
Well, and I was going to say,
That's
in
it,
this,
Frantics.
and listen, in this discography, where else could it go? So, anyways,
All right.
To Frantic, to your comment about Steve repeating himself and repeating himself.
Yes.
He's done it in a whole
This
bunch of
is one
songs,
of the
but
worst.
The Angel and the Gambler,
Oh,
22
man.
times. The chorus is, I counted 22 times they repeat that chorus. It's so much. It had the Klansman is good. It's got a moment or two, but overall D tier, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man,
Here's the
sorry,
biggest
Kyle,
issue that I
your
have
voice
with
is so
album.
funny, man. You're gonna watch this later and understand why we're laughing so much, bro.
Oh, I hate it. I hate you all.
All right.
I hate you all.
Come on, let's
Let's move on. It's KG starting, so now we're gonna get a whole lot of this.
Or I'm gonna drop out. One or the other.
No, dude, don't
hurry
drop
up.
out. We love having you here.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
thank
Yes.
To help out what Vic said, yes, it is overly repetitive in some bits. It does have some amazing songs. Future Real is a kick-ass song. They even played it when Bruce came back to the band. Klansman, always a live classic. The Educated Fool, the latter bit is really good. But the problem with Virtual 11 that I have, that X Factor does not have, is that with X Factor, Harris was writing it, taking into consideration the baritone voice of Blaze. With Virtual 11, all that went out the window. He said, oh no, I just want repetitive sing-along songs and I need high vocals. And it's like, Blaze like, dude, I can't reach that. I can't do a tenor voice. And that's the main issue that I have with Virtual 11. with the
That's
repetition.
a
and
fun
it wasn't
fact
thought
there
of
from P.
for him.
Jones, like Blood Brothers, Nomad, Mercenary, and one
There
other
were-
track were written during this album. That's cool.
Yep, basically, all of those tracks were Virtual 11 rejects. I think I've heard there's even a version
Like
of
Kyle
Blood
Becky
Brothers
and
with
Roie.
Blade singing it.
I don't see him.
You don't see him?
Oh,
No,
Kyle's
it's not.
gone again. Oh no.
Well,
Kyle,
it's his spin. His spin, and when he's back, we'll ask him
Yeah.
what's the ranking.
All right. Oh
Oh.
my goodness.
This
So
has
hold
been
on, he's back. He's coming. He's back.
Okay,
Back
you gotta
goes.
keep
Let's do it.
moving.
So spin the
So-
wheel.
Spin
So
it in the
no
wheel
one needs
quickly.
Spend a lot of time on
Better.
Virtual 11.
Yeah.
Good gracious.
Goodness
Give me
gracious.
something good, man.
Oh, here
There
we
it
go.
is.
you go.
You got something good.
All right. There you go.
Come
Go on.
For all your troubles. For all your troubles.
Yes.
Somewhere in time.
Right there. I'm pretty sure you can tell where I'll have this. It's a perfect album. You start with that amazing, iconic cover. I'm going to talk deep. There's Easter eggs all over that cover. I skip on here. You got the big hit with Wasted Years. You got Stranger to Strangeland, Deja Vu, Caught Somewhere in Time. And Alexander the Great. Steve Harris taught me history, man, more than my history teacher did in high school. Vic, stop. I see you. Your faces are killing me here.
Nah, dude, I've got used to it. And Jeff is
Okay,
saying
good.
I sound
It's
like
the-
that too.
King
Really?
Darius III fled Persia. The Scythians fell by the river Jakartes. This is literature, man.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not in high
All
school.
the
I was
grades.
16. I was 16 when this album came out. And in high school,
You sound like you're 16.
all right. So anyway, the metalheads were considered dumb in the day, but I went, this guy knows literature. There, is that better?
Yeah, that was
S
better.
tier, S tier,
S tier, right? I just went ahead and put in S tier.
all the-
Okay.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
Oh,
I
goodness
just have
gracious.
to add with this album, it is to me, it's my favorite Maiden album. And it's one
Yeah.
of the breakthroughs in their production level where they decided to include, because they were complaining that, oh no, we never use keyboards. They put in the synths in here. The guitar synths in this album are amazing. It's one of the best highlights of the thing. There's so many Wasted Years, always played live. Sea of Madness, Heaven Can Wait. I mean, it is. Not only is it my favorite album, but yeah, definitely one of their best. Like, I need to recommend someone who made an album. Here you go.
Well, Wasted Years.
Hey,
you
that's
know,
the one of the albums I've heard, and I think it's good as well. So there you go.
Hey,
All right. So the next one is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vic.
No, I was going to say iconic opening riff where everybody that knows it's open E string, and then you sort of flip your hand as you're working your way down the neck, and it looks really cool, and it's a Guitar Hero moment. So that alone in it, it's just S tier stuff. All right,
As
sorry
Gas
about
Masks is saying, more Adrian Smith songs. I think it's a good point too.
That's great.
Yeah,
all right.
that is
So all right, we have another fan vote coming up. So let's
Yeah,
go
what's
ahead
the
and,
what's the hashtag?
Oh goodness, I'm running out of
Let's
stuff.
see.
hashtag
Oh my
helium.
Hashtag
How
we
about,
love Jeff.
How about just hashtag crying, which is basically what I'm doing. All right.
Hashtag crying.
All right, Daniel Levy's in.
Oh, another good one. Here we go.
This is gonna make it
All right.
messy.
Who's
All right.
come on, people.
Seventh son of a seventh son.
Come on, people. Come on, people. Let's go.
All right. We need somebody to comment.
We
Hashtag
got gas
crying. All right.
masks.
Gas masks. You're
Just
in
a
gas
final
masks.
comment
Where are we
said
ranking it?
that
Gas-
said that there's no Bruce songs, and somewhere in time there are a lot of songs with Seventh Son of him.
Okay, let's go. Who's got this? Who's
We
Gas
gave it to our friend Gas Masks.
all right?
All right, Gas Max.
Gas mask.
Where you
Make
want to put it?
What's funny is that he might, if he put it. I know we have 4 in S tier, right?
Yeah.
yeah. So come on,
Yeah,
make it
if-
count.
Well,
we have to make some
he-
movements.
Oh no, he's not.
What?
What?
Oh, that's insane.
In B. Which is interesting. I do have it in B too.
Well,
but
the good news is B tier has 3,
All right.
so now it can get pushed up. But it's
All right, let's do it. Let's say, hey, Gas Masks with the controversy.
all right.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to let us know why. Type a comment and let us know why you think it's in B.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
I
Because that's
think
wrong.
one of the main reasons that Seventh Son maybe isn't such as gelled in as other albums. I know everything is mostly in hindsight at this point, but when
What'd you say?
Ban that guy.
But when they're coming back to it, there was a reason why Adrian
wait.
left the band.
I love the album, but it could be an A minus. Well,
Yes, A or B.
Okay.
Pick.
A or B?
Gotta
You
be
want to
A.
bump it up to? You want to bump it up to A? Are we bumping it up to
Keep
A?
it a B. Keep it a B. There are bigger albums.
He said B. He said B. It's it's
All right.
don't
Let it lie.
change your opinion based on popular. Just stick to your guns.
That's
Even
true.
though I don't,
All right.
even though
That's
I
true.
don't agree, but
I'll
stick to
give.
your guns.
He said I'll give it an A minus. So go to A.
I think we should
no,
go A.
no,
I think-
no.
It's still
All right.
no. It's still his turn. It's still his
Okay,
turn.
okay,
It's,
okay.
it-
Okay.
it's fine.
All right. So
Um,
the fan in
okay.
me appreciates that. It's just evil that men do. That
Mhm.
chorus Dickinson, just
Yeah, that song is one of the best.
And
Funny
as-
story about that song, dude. Quick story. Sometimes we go to like a local bar that has like cover bands and stuff, and a bar we went with some of my friends, and they were playing like Maiden songs, and the girl that was singing, she was telling the story about the next song they're gonna do and how it's about saving the environment and saving the trees and just making the world better. And the name of the song is "The Evil That Men Do." And then we look at each other. This is not true at all. So every time I listen to the song, I remind me of that.
that is crazy. Now that must be a really cool bar. That
Oh
the
my God, we.
Oh
Jeremy
God,
sang-
Kyle, you changed.
All right.
Surprise!
Hey, love
We've
the hat.
we've
Love
replaced
the hat.
Kyle. We've replaced Kyle with Jeremy because his computer works.
Hey, guys.
Best hat ever.
Dude, this
No,
live
that's
stream
true.
is full of
With the frost
surprises.
No
t-shirt.
cats.
All right. Hey
Oh,
Jay, good to have you, man. But
Hey.
we're gonna go ahead and log you back off while Kyle
All right.
comes back on. But if we
Okay.
do need you again, stay on
All right.
standby.
Hey,
Hi,
Jeremy.
man.
Yeah,
Jeremy
buddy.
gets the
All
next
right.
pick. Jeremy gets
All
the
right.
next pick.
No, all right, bye. Let's see. You're back. We briefly replaced you, but we thought
Yeah.
we'd bring you back.
Jeremy, thanks,
Um,
man. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's see.
Final
Dan,
five.
you're up. Final five. All right.
So it ended up in
Okay.
A. It ended KG. It ended up in A.
Let me get Final Frontier.
All right. I'll take it.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nah.
You get the
Senjutsu.
jutsu.
Senjutsu.
Well,
I
what
just
I'll
think it's
do
so
is-
bizarre that this is the final album. This whole Japanese theme just kind of seems weird to
It
me.
is an amazing cover art.
It is, dude. I'll say this much: I don't know this album super well. I know a couple of songs that I like, which I forget the name. Maybe "The Time Machine" is one of them,
Yes.
right? "Days
Yep.
of Future Past." It's
Yep.
on this album. Yeah, but
Great
since I
song.
don't know it so well, and the reason I don't know it so well is it didn't grab me when it came out, so I didn't listen to it a whole lot. And I like "Fear of the Dark" way better than this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think "Fear of the Dark" just has stronger songs, including "Fear of the Dark." As much as that's
You're going
I-
deep here on this.
yeah, I'm going D tier
okay.
for the reason that like if I got a Final Frontier, I would easily put that in D tier and have it with the two Blaze songs. So if you guys like this better than Final Frontier, whenever you get it, just put it in D.
Z tier. Can't stand
Z
this
tier,
album.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going D.
Wow.
And I'm bumping
And
Fear of the Dark up. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
my
cool.
poor X Factor, man.
Yeah, and so X Factor and Virtual 11 can stay down, and I wanted to get Final Frontier to do the same move, but it is what it is. For what it's worth, I don't know this album super well, but when I did listen to it a lot, it just didn't grab me. Some of the songs were slower or more repetitive, kind of the same formula
Boring
as the last
formation.
album, but way less interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, everybody seems to think it's a D as well. Everybody agrees with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There's one
so
thing that I do.
Chris,
There's one thing that I do have to say about this album that I think is the biggest issue that it has. The production of it and the synths that usually are in the background, they put it in the forefront.
Oh,
I have no
Chris.
idea what he was thinking about that. Oh yeah, Number
Okay.
of the Beast.
Next
Number
time,
of the Beast.
Classic.
are we gonna let Jeremy pick that since he did us a favor in replacing Mr. Helium here?
Come on, let me put it in the tier.
Yeah, let's let Chris. He's been on. That's good.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna
man.
go forefront of the tier. It is an amazing album. A tier. I do have my reasoning for it.
Wait.
What?
Get to talking. Get to defending your answer.
I thought for sure this is an S.
Let me finish. It has an amazing set of songs. Prisoner.
This is the only thing
Avenue,
worse than my
title
helium
track,
voice is your
Hallowed
ranking.
Be Thy Name. The
Agreed.
biggest issues that I have with this album are two specific songs. One, Invaders definitely wasn't the best opener to do with this album. It should have been Run to the Hills. Two, Gangland. I understand the way that they were trying to make it a bit different, but they left off Total Eclipse for it. Come on. So in my case, I'll keep it in A tier.
He's
That means I
hardcore,
vote
man.
one of
This
them,
guy's
right?
hardcore.
No, he's saying like Run to the Hills should be the opener, but
Yes.
it's on the album.
It's
Yeah,
on the.
but
It's still on the album,
Invaders is
but
such
that
a
doesn't
downer.
make it.
Such a downer start, in my opinion.
Wow. It's
Well,
okay.
Right.
That is an opinion.
Dude, I don't know what.
Again,
you're
Oh my
putting
god,
up there.
definitely S tier. The top two tiers are crazy right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I'm
I
about
like
to get
Dance of
crazier
Death.
because I do-
If that's what you're putting in S tier, but that's not an S tier album. You know.
This guy says Invaders is my favorite Maiden opener in the
All
catalog.
right, and that's okay.
I agree about
Maiden does
Invaders
have
and
amazing
Gangland, but
songs,
still
though,
S
yeah.
tier. Wow. Okay. All right, man. Well, you know.
Yeah. All right, so we're keeping 4 in the A
We gotta
tier, or
respect
we
the
can bump one
picks.
up?
You know, nothing
No,
we can do.
No, there's 4 in S, 4 in A, so there's
4 in
still
A.
room.
All right,
but
perfect.
Yeah.
but I guess one of the bottom 3 you think is an S tier. Is that what we're doing?
Okay.
Crazy.
All right. I'm gonna
Hallowed be thy name.
let's
Come
see.
on.
All right, let's go. So now we got one more. This is the last fan vote.
We got 3.
Vote, fan, vote.
From
Come
me
on,
here.
fan.
Oops. Okay.
What I'm hoping is they get Dance of Death and move it up, and put it in A and move Powerslave
Ooh.
up, and then we can.
All right, we got the Final Frontier.
Well, I guess-
Just how about
Thanks,
hashtag Final Frontier? Let's give me that, and then you're in.
I do
All
have
right,
to say,
so who's
this album has one of the worst Maiden openers, though. Satellite 15.
All right,
The
we've
Final
lost-
Frontier is a.
we've lost Kyle again. All right, Jeremy, you're back.
Okay, Jeremy's
You
gonna
know
do
what?
this one.
You know what? Let's get Jeremy. Jeremy's gonna rank this one. Final
Own it.
Frontier. Go ahead, man. Where are you putting it?
So wait, you're doing 4, 4, 3, 3, 3?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would go C tier for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you like it more than Senjutsu, Jeremy?
No, not really.
Then, you know,
It's, not, it's his pick. It's not yours. So
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
asking.
No, I mean
It's got-
I'm really more of that Seventh Son, you know, that whole kind of era. I mean, number of the Beast I would have put higher. So I mean, these kinds of albums were much lower for me. So yeah.
So you're good. It doesn't really matter either way to you, I guess.
Yeah, C is.
Um,
I mean, it could have been C. It could have been D. I mean, but C looks like it needed something to be put there, so that's where I would put it.
All right. All right, you're good. All right, man. Well,
Okay.
let's see. Let's hold on a second.
I don't know if you guys noticed that there's a point.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Go Cats go.
All right. Let's bring back Kyle. Bye, buddy. All right. Let's see.
I don't know if you noticed.
This is
but
the craziest. Is this the craziest wheel we've done? It's the craziest
Yeah,
one.
for
It's
sure.
insane.
Wild.
Only
It's hilarious.
Live. Only live.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I'm
All
just
right.
here
So
for
let's see.
comic
We
relief.
got
That's-
2 more. We got. Should we do Kyle and give Vic the last one since Kyle
Yeah,
might
I
get
agree.
kicked off any second?
Yeah,
I
let's
agree.
go.
All right, come on, dance.
John,
Come on,
John,
dance.
need a dog barking. That's funny. All right, Dance of
right.
Death.
Love this album so much, dude.
This- I love this album. Wildest Dreams, super catchy radio song. Mid-tempo tracks like Faces in the Sand, Rainmaker. You got mini epics like Dance of Death and No More Lies.
Passchendaele.
But really, the
Yeah.
crown jewel is Passchendaele,
Passchendaele.
of course.
Yeah.
This
Yep.
song, they've done it live very theatrically. It's super cool to see. It's about a particularly bloody battle in World War I, which is a common theme for these guys, particularly for Bruce and for Steve. But similar to Aces High and the Trooper, you know, kind of addresses the futility of war. Love this record as far as being a latter day Maiden album. I got it in. Let's see, I've got it there. So here's what we're gonna do.
So we
Kyle,
can do some movement.
Remember, Number of the Beast is A. If you want to put it in S,
And
you
Powerslave
can
as well.
do
Kyle,
it.
come on. It's game time,
Power-
bro.
Yeah.
Focus.
It'd be interesting.
Come on. Let's go. Have Powerslave in A.
This is
Passion Day
All right.
rules. Come on.
It is. I want to mention
love
Montfigure, one of the
Powerslave.
best Maiden tracks that never played live.
KG,
Never
come on,
ever.
KG.
Number of the Beast is going up, and we're gonna put Dance in.
Hey.
We'll put Dance in A. We'll put Dance in A.
I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm very good with that.
I
All right.
love Powerslave, and it's just right there for me. But yeah, Beast. How can you not have Number of the Beast in
So,
S tier? You just can't.
Killers in B. This guy says Killers in B is insane. Why is that
I'm
insane?
sorry.
Do we agree that B is insane for that?
No,
I'm
I
not
think it's totally
necessarily.
reasonable.
Insane? No.
As far as album covers go, it's way up there.
Yeah.
It's an iconic album
Oh.
cover. But
Yeah, for
Iconic.
sure.
there you go. There you go.
I mean, I feel like
But as
Number
far as
needed
the
to be an
album-
S. Even I feel like that needed to be an S, so that makes sense.
If we were going by album covers, Dance of Death would be like Z tier.
Yeah, I'm with.
I don't know
Great.
what they were thinking on that one.
I love the
John is
3D
coming
of that.
strong with the comments, man. Like, this is amazing.
Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop. That's awesome. That is awesome. The '80s reference for movies.
Nice,
are-
Kyle. That was John. That was amazing. All right,
Uh,
last ceremonial spin for you, Vic.
Vic. Come on. I need a No Prayer for the Dying Defender.
Oh my God, this has been hilarious, guys. All right, no prayer for the dying.
Boo.
So
Well, there's an open slot, I guess. Does that work for you, or where are we putting it?
Nah.
I'm trying to. No.
I like A Matter of Life and Death better than this album for what it's worth.
Same. Definitely.
I see a record in C that could go up.
So
Me
I
too.
haven't.
I'm sorry,
I
Kyle. I love
hate
you.
you so much, guys.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. Screw you, Cap.
You started to sound like Cartman.
Ugh.
So, no prayer for the dying. Gosh, it's. I have it ranked in a certain spot. We'll make some movement, but
That's
not
funny.
the movement that I would want. Actually, you know what?
Prizes.
Okay. For me, No Prayer for the Dying, an album that Adrian Smith was not in the band. To me, kind of ran out of gas. Tail Gunner, holy smoke, but the rest of it for me just doesn't, really deliver very much. It is a D tier for me, so let's put it in D and have some fun.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh,
it's gonna be a massive
Okay.
push.
Wow.
oh.
All right.
Right.
So out of those albums, the one that does not belong there for me is Senjutsu. So let's push that up to C.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not, but okay.
And this is where I unfortunately I'm going to run out of gas. So at this point,
No prayer.
we would have to do.
Matter,
Fear the dark. Fear the dark. Fear the dark.
matter.
So A Matter of Life and Death goes up to B.
Yes.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
And
All right.
that's it, boys and girls.
All right. So what do we
Wow,
think
that's
here, guys?
So,
we got
so different than what I
our
imagined, dude.
gas mask friend said he agrees. Alexander liked D. Senjutsu and D. We've lost Kyle again. So Jeremy's gonna come and say hi.
There you go.
Hey guys.
Go Cats, go!
So Jeremy, what do you
We
think
have
of
all
this?
6 of
Wow,
us, I
here.
guess, because it's over.
Oh
right?
my God. This is fun.
was
Completely
fun,
wrong.
completely
Yes,
wrong.
that sums up every wheel basically.
That's the spirit of the wheel, dude.
Prog Corner, excellent. S tier was so close to being perfect. All right, let Jeremy put them in order now. All right, let's see. Well, let's go through the order of some of these. So, what are we talking about? S tier. What's the S tier order?
I think Somewhere in Time goes number 1.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's not my number 1,
It should
That's
be.
not
Oh,
Summer
sorry,
in
that's
Time,
number.
dude.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, I grabbed the
Yeah.
wrong one. Okay.
I would go like
This
as
is where it gets
like
hard.
as I understand from everyone here. I think the order would probably be Summer in Time, Number of the Beast, Brave New World, Peace of Mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, that's not my order, but what I gather is probably that.
Jeff, this is the best. D tier, KG's internet. Wait, S tier, KG's voice.
Jeez, boy.
Great
Okay,
show,
A tier.
guys. Glad you think so, man.
Yeah, it's fun having everyone here, dude.
Hey,
All right.
I have a recommendation. A
Can we
request.
put?
Echoverse
Nice
needs
hat.
to record one song with that voice.
Yes, definitely.
Quickly, A tier.
Powerslave
Alright,
number 1, easy.
Gosh, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
And I think
No,
Either
Seven
Seven
Sons.
should be like in the
Seven
last
Sons
one.
should be the first song. I mean, the first album.
I'd see. I agree with Jeremy. Seventh Son of the Seventh Son.
really.
Yep.
Okay.
That's.
All right, so we'll do that like
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
Then
Power
that's good.
really
I
close.
guess. Yeah.
No, but
I'm good.
Powerslave should be higher. Powerslave is like an A+ album.
So
Well, have
it's
2 against 2.
Well, for me,
Moving B. B tier.
I
I think
would.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
Based
I
on what
would.
I've heard
Book
you
of
guys
Souls
talk
number
about.
1.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like Book of Souls. I would put third. Actually, on this one, excuse me, on this one, I know it's blasphemy to some people. I would put
There it
Killers
goes up.
third.
Yeah, well, from the people complaining to me about the Killer's positioning, let's just pretend it's number 1 on B tier.
We can make it number 1 in C, but that's all right. All right.
So,
Killers is
all
where
right,
it should be.
C.
Yeah. For the C tier
Final
album,
Frontier is
Final
number
Frontier
3.
should be the top one.
I agree.
Okay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
and between
And then the
Fear and
bottom,
Senjutsu,
the last
yeah,
row.
that-
What's
that would be
the?
fine.
What are the
Fear-
worst?
Fear of the Dark should be the top of the D tier.
The
Yep.
C.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
agree.
No, excuse me. Sorry, I was
you
looking
guys
at
just
the
told me
already.
Final Frontier.
No, hold on. Final Frontier is right. D tier, No Prayer for the Dying should be the top one.
No,
I agree.
I disagree.
Yeah, easy.
X Factor has. Oh man, leaving X Factor last. At least Virtual 11 put it
There you
last. Yeah, that one.
Okay,
there you go.
okay, we
I
have
think
it.
we're
There
good.
you
All right.
Slightly miffed with that, but happy.
Can we have
All right.
Kyle
All right.
back for the closing
Yes,
thoughts?
Jeremy, I
Yeah.
got to kick you off to bring Kyle back, but thank you for
Bye,
filling
guys.
in.
Thanks,
Go
Jeremy.
Cats! Go
Good
Cats!
seeing you,
Go!
bro.
I hate you guys. I'm sorry, guys. I honestly don't know what happened. But
We love you,
Your
bro.
voice
Hey.
is better now.
You sound normal now. Let's do it all over.
Perfect. Let's start over. Let's
Oh my
pretend
God,
this
that's
didn't happen.
amazing.
It was all a dream.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I'm cool with this ranking for the most part, although I agree Powerslave should be the first in A. Killers is fine. Fear of the Dark should be the first in C. And X Factor.
Well,
Still, I'm an X Factor champion thanks to my cousin Cliff, who made me listen to this record. I love it. But anyway, I understand I'm in the minority.
Oh my God.
But good time.
All right,
Sorry,
well-
it was comic relief today.
It was a trip, man. Thank you, Chris, for joining us. It was a great to have you on. Thank you, Kyle, for all the entertainment. Thank you, Jeremy, for filling in. And Dan and Vic for your sensible contributions. And also to everybody watching. And
that was fun, dude. We got at some
yeah,
point,
man.
we have almost 100 people here. You know?
Awesome.
this was good. This was good.
Remember,
And
run,
yeah, hey,
Vinny, run
thanks.
to the hills, baby.
Again, if you've missed any previous wheels, please go check them out. They're a lot of fun. This one was maybe one of the more crazy ones we've done, but you know what? I think not as many views have gotten. I want to shout this out real quick. The live ones that we did on Cruise to the Edge.
Yeah.
People, you need to watch those
Yeah,
because
they are great.
they're
live
shorter.
ones-
They're only like 20, 30 minutes, but they're freaking insane and
Hectic.
ridiculous.
I
And-
remember
and
passing by. It was wild.
Even
if you haven't
Dan-
seen those, I got to give those one more shout out because those were amazing. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.
Up
Sorry
the
for
iron.
all we did with your tier list. I know this is not correct. Bye.